Hi, I'm Shelley Kraft, and welcome to SNNLive. We're at the 25th Annual ROTH Conference at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Laguna Beach, California. With me is Dr. Andrew Pearlman of Medgenics, symbol MDGN. It's a publicly traded company. Andy, if I may, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get right into it. Give us the overview of Medgenics.
Medgenics is developing a way for the patient to be able to make their own drug in their own body using their own skin instead of getting hundreds of injections over a period of months or years, painful injections that have side effects. You can make the protein in your own body yourself using your own skin.
So they get skin in the game, so to speak.
You could say that, yes.
No one's ever said that to you before, of course. So give me an example of a treatment for a disease.
So suppose you have anemia because your kidneys are going, and you're coming in weekly to get injections of erythropoietin to try to boost up your red blood cell count. Instead of doing that, you come in for a single treatment that lasts for, say, 6 months. That does it for you. You take a tiny little needle biopsy under local anesthetic from the patient's skin. The patient goes home. 2 weeks' time, we process that to become a protein production unit using your own dermis, half the size of a toothpick, needle biopsy, and then we put it back in the body.
How long does it last?
In our clinical trials so far, they've lasted around 6 months on average. You have some patients out as much as 3 years. A single treatment.
That's, you know, I mean, I love it from everything from patient, you know, care to reimbursement. I mean, I see money saved. I see healthcare coverage.
And I think it's also safer for the patient because every time you inject EPO or any other protein in the patient, the concentration of the blood goes shooting way up above what you actually need. It's an overdose typically of 100 times what you need. And when you do that, there are healthcare risks, there are side effects. If you can avoid that, but keeping it in the range the whole time, you can reduce side effects and risk. And after the injection, it runs out very quickly because the half-life in the body is usually only 4 or 6 hours. So instead, if you're making it steady in the body, it stays in range the whole time. So you get a better treatment. So it's both safer, more reliable, more effective, and it's less expensive.
And it's personalized medicine.
Thank you. Exactly. That's the point. When your cells make your protein, it is your protein. It's personal. It's like your own fingerprint. So instead of having a big batch made by rodent cells, which is what they do now, Chinese hamster ovary cells, that are approximately what most patients need, this is your protein. It's exactly what your body makes. So we believe it's safer and it's going to be more effective.
How large is the market?
Well, currently the anemia market, I think, is in the range of $9 billion a year selling erythropoietin. But we're not only in the anemia market. This is a platform. You can use this to make other proteins as well. We're now about to treat our first patients with these same little tiny pieces of dermis making interferon alpha. That's what you use to treat hepatitis. And we're just about to treat our first patients in Israel with hepatitis C using the same little implant technique. And we're about to find out, but we're hoping to get to several months treatment from a single one. And you can imagine today, hepatitis patients who are treated with interferon undergo a painful injection every week. And it gives you the worst flu symptoms that you've had in your entire life. And if you could avoid that, you don't have to come in every week. You don't have to undergo that. You simply have a procedure, a very brief outpatient procedure that would last several months at a time and avoid those high peaks with all their side effects. You have a better treatment. And that's what we think we're about to have here.
I want to ask you 1,000 questions because this is an interesting topic, but where was this developed?
The original technology was discovered and developed at the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. And my company...
Technion?
No, it's the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. And I licensed it, and I'm the founder of the company. And I am a company founder and entrepreneur. I'm a scientist by training, a biophysicist. And after checking out the opportunity, I founded a company around it. And then we've continued to develop this now since 2000. Well over $50 million has been invested in the development of this to take it to its present point. We just closed a $30 million round, so we're in a pretty strong position right now.
You know, I want to compliment you on being dedicated, if nothing else, because this what you're going through. You know, I recently have traveled throughout the world and met a lot of doctors such as yourself. The guy that starts it and finishes it is as rare as a cure itself.
Well, first of all, I'm not a doctor. I have a PhD, but I did start it. I've taken it a long way. Whether I'll be the guy that finishes or not, I don't know what finishes means, because this is the beginning of a long story. This is going to be the first of many, many treatments that you can do with the same technique. So this is going to be an ongoing story over the next decades. We think this will become the standard of care of how you give proteins on a steady basis to people instead of all these injections. I think it's going to be applied in a lot of different diseases.
Website, folks.
www.medgenics.com. MEDGENICS.com.
And it's publicly traded, ladies and gentlemen. The symbol is MDGN. This is Dr. Andrew Pearlman. I can call him Andy, right? You said I could.
Just this time.
Okay. And I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're at the 25th Annual ROTH Conference at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Laguna Beach, California. So now you can go lay on the beach. You got the interview in.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks.